Alright, good morning, afternoon, or evening, everyone. Today, I'm going to be covering the Tier 8 Premium Cruiser, the Pyotr Bagration. Of course, this has been asked by a select number of you, but it's not the amount of people that have actually asked for the ship, it's how long you've been asking for this ship. I think since I started the series, you guys have been wanting to see the Pyotr Bagration, so here it is. I don't know why you want to see it, but here it is. Of course, the goal is to cover every premium and texture ship in the game, slowly. It'll take forever, but slowly, we'll try to cover at least the majority of them. So, at least tier 5 and up. But yeah, so today is the Pyotr Bagration. If you do want to see another ship, please let me know in the comments below, of course. And thank you. Also, if you do like my channel, do leave a like. And please, I would really appreciate it. Do leave a subscription to the channel. I would really appreciate it. But anyway, let's start off with the armor layout for Pyotr Bagration. We have 25mm nose armor, 25mm side armor, 25mm aft armor, and then a 27mm deck. But more importantly as well, you do also have a 40mm icebreaker up front, which is pretty cool. That's going to help you maybe at closer ranges slightly. Not too much, because there's still a big portion of the ship, which is 25 here. And if we remove the armor to take a look at the citadel sits decently high above the water, so you do have to be careful. If anyone shoots you really and truly waterline and you're caught broadside, you're gonna take quite a lot of damage, so do keep that in mind. But anyway, next let's take a look at our commander build I'm gonna be running. I'm just gonna take my Stalingrad and Moskva captain build. Just take one straight away so we can share. Grease the gears, gun feeder, priority target, superintendent, survivability expert, concealment expert, adrenaline rush, and top grade gunner. In terms of my equipment, I'm running concealment system mod 1, prop mod 1, aiming system mod 1, engine room protection. If you do have Hydra search, you could run that. And I'm running main armaments mod 1. For the camouflage for the Pyotr Bagration, this is the stock camouflage, which is a pretty boring gray, I would say. And the alternate available perma camo is this green and white and black camouflage here. Pretty decent, I guess, but I'm going to be using the normal one for today. Anyway, so I'm going to take a look at the ship characteristics right now. If you want to see the gameplay, you can skip. I'll keep the video chaptered for you guys, so you can just skip. So, for survivability, we have 45,600 HP, 16% torpedo protection damage reduction. Main artillery, we have 180mm guns, same caliber as something like Donskoy, for example, or Tallinn. 11-second reload on the guns, 2.5k HE alpha, 15% fire chance. You only have 30mm of pen, keep that in mind, because these aren't 203s, they're less, so you only have 30mm of pen. For your AP, 4.5k alpha damage, and you do have 18.5 kilometer gun range, so not too bad on the gun range side. Torpedoes, you have 8 kilometer torps, 5 per side, pretty decent of course, 55 knots, so quite slow, 14,000 damage, so not the highest damage in the game, and 1.1 kilometer spotting, so not bad, but the speed is quite slow. Depth charges, they are ship-based, as you can see. So the issue here is you're gonna have to drive over the submarines to be able to actually output the ASW damage, which is annoying, of course, especially compared to other ships which have airbase ASW. AA defense, not really sure, to be honest. It looks, I think it's pretty bad unless you're on the DFA, to be honest. It's up to you though. I run the Hydro because I prefer having Hydro. Maneuverability, 36.2 knots, 890 meter turning circle radius, and 10.5 kilometer rather, or 10.5 second rather shift time. Concealment, you have 11 kilometers, so not the best, but not actually too bad for a ship of its type, I guess. Let's go into the game with the Pyotr Bagration. Alright, so here we are in the Pyotr Bagration on Arms Race Sleeping a Giant. I'm going to be going towards... I think I'm gonna go... That's the question to be asked. I'll figure it out and I'll let you know where we went. Something I want to showcase before we do get into the match, or well, we are in a match, but like whilst we're moving, the gun angles, as you can see, are horribly really bad, especially when you're kited. As you can see, this is what the minimal angle you have to give to use all your guns whilst kited is. Pretty bad. And then when you're aiming forward, it's a bit better, so, but it's still quite bad because it looks something like here-ish. So it's still pretty bad. But for the most part, I think your goal is to try to at least use 2 guns. The third gun, you can use it if you're either in a smoke or you're behind a rock and you're safe, to be honest, because the gun angles aren't that good. It really allows you to be exposed and show your citadel, so it's not going to be too easy to use. But yeah. Alright, so I'm going to park up like something like here. The reason I don't want to go a bit more forward is because it is a carrier game and I don't really want to get isolated and focused by the carrier. So I'm just going to sit quite right here and chill out. For now, we're going to be using HE on the Giuseppe Verdi, even though we do not pen 32 without IFHE. He is quite angled, so I don't really want to be using my AP. I'd love to get a fire on him. I'm sure he'll go broadside shortly, because I don't think he's gonna keep running it down. That would be a bit weird, to be honest. But we'll see. I should be able to use my third gun here because of, well, the islands. Quite hidden. Oh no, the USS Black can spot me, but that's okay. If anything shoots me, it's gonna show up on priority target. So then we can hide our back gun and start doing that. Okay, Giuseppe Verdi might be looking at us. We'll see. Not yet. Trying to aim for superstructure. Remember, we do not pin the nose, but I'm barely doing any damage, dude. I think I'm hitting his guns, to be honest. Will he go broadside? He's smoking up? Yes, he is. We're gonna load AP because he might go broadside. The issue is we can't really see him anymore. Maybe he randomly gets spotted again by shooting. Shimanto looks to be running it down. Could shoot one salvo at him. George also is broadside. Maybe we catch him with one shell. Oh, maybe. Citadel, not bad. Engine. Only one, but better than none, right? One is always better than none. Shimanto looks to be going broadside as well. But I'm gonna keep on this Shores because his engine's broken. Seems to be permanent. And, well, that's a free Citadel target, I would assume. 2 ships aiming at me? Not sure. 3 ships aiming at me. One of them's probably the Giuseppe Verdi, maybe. One of them's the Shimanto. One of them's definitely the Shores. Another triple Citadel. So not too bad. Paid actor for sure. Oh, he DCP'd, so he's gonna be moving forward. But he's taken another 2 Citadels, which means he's probably dead. To be honest with you. He's highly likely dead. He's definitely dead. Move over to the Shimanto. Alright, Giuseppe Verdi's there. We're okay. We're up to 40k damage. Not too bad. We were a bit lucky there because the Shores literally parked broadside, engine broken, and chilled out basically. I'm not sure why he sat there. Maybe he just didn't have DCP available. But if he did, man, he should have definitely used it. Got out of there. Definitely died. I mean, he died, yeah. But kill Shimanto, pretty much steal the kill. I just wanted to finish it off, then move over to the Giuseppe Verdi. Remember, we only have 1 arms race buff right now, so really and truly, the gameplay hasn't really changed at all in terms of what we're doing. We haven't gotten any damage and reload buff. Now, you guys might be wondering, why am I featuring an arms race game? If you guys are used to me, I feature whatever game I get first. I only play 1 game. I live commentary it as usual. And this gives a more realistic, I guess, approach. Because, well, you know, I go in, I get 1 game. You know, if it's good, it's good. If it's garbage, it's garbage. It is what it is. But really and truly, I always know what to say about the ships. Because I've played these ships before, obviously. So I know what I'm having to say and etc. The arms race isn't gonna influence my opinion on the ship at all. Like, I've already played it a lot in like not arms race and ranked and etc. So I know what the ship is like, and you shouldn't fear about these types of things. But anyway, I think we should actually go mid and actually fight the Ruprecht instead of the Giuseppe Verdi, to be honest with you. By this, I mean we're gonna hide behind this island over here. And we're gonna fight that Prince Heinrich instead. Uh-oh. But these are USS Black Torps. They are very stealthy and they do a lot of damage. That is unfortunate. Of course, they're really slow. But it is what it is. They are super stealthy regardless. We didn't have our Hydro enabled there. Well, it's still on cooldown. It's partially the reason, I guess. But it's okay. We're gonna get behind this island so we can hide from the Giuseppe Verdi. Now, the problem is the CV might notice my existence, which means he's probably going to come for us. Like I said, this is an aggressive position, which is exposed to the CV. But it is what it is. We know the rules of the game, and we're going to have to abide by them here. Unless our CV provides us with a fighter. Unlikely, though. Nope. Can I move? I think I'm perma-stuck, guys. No, I'm moving. Perfect. Now, the way to get unstuck on rocks, if this doesn't work, like reversing, is set your autopilot and it will try to unbeach you. Like, set your autopilot to reverse or forward and it will try its best to unbeach you itself, so you don't have to do it yourself. Now, the CV is on us, like expected, because we are in an aggressive position. And we also have the Heinrich secondaries, which are doing quite a fair amount of damage, I would say, to me. The hope is the Hornet actually helps me kill the Heinrich. Would be the hope. But I think he's going for the Amagi instead, and that's okay. What we could do, which is a bit of a reach here, is try to get our torps on target. I just don't think we're gonna kill this Heinrich. He's full HP. It's so hard to kill like these types of ships. Oh, did I just die? Oh, there's USS Black in mid, I just realized. I'm probably dead to secondaries, guys. I think it's GG. Over aggression. GG. Alright, we ended up getting one torpid, I guess. Something I want to mention before the game ends, because I think we will lose, is they had triple reload and damage buff, and double HP and triple heal buff. So we were kind of at a disadvantage, because the only buff we currently have is HP restored. But it's okay. I mean, it is what it is. This is World of Warships sometimes. We have to deal with it, right? It's the unfortunate reality of a match like this. But it happens, and, well, that's pretty much the game. So let's take a look at the score. So we ended up losing the game. We got 106,000 damage, 124 shell hits, 1 torpid, 2 kills, 6 citadels, 4 fires. Remember, we didn't have any arms race buffs before we actually got all of this damage. Keep that in mind, but the enemy team had all the buffs, so it is what it is. And we ended up getting 2nd place on our team. We're going to be complimenting our Tashkent for trying. Wow, the base XPs on both teams are really low, actually. Wait, 1,000? And that's like half their team as well. Wow. Actually, the Fletcher tried pretty well, too. I'll compliment the Fletcher. Because these are 1,000s on losses. These are 1,000s on wins. So I think we did relatively okay, even though it's a loss. Detailed report. We got 35k on the shores. We were lucky to obviously have basically free shores. We got 4k on the Shamanto, 44k on the Prince Heinrich, and 22k on the Giuseppe Verdi. And we got 1 torp, some AP damage. It's mostly the ship is going to end up in you getting 8 AP damage, because the HE is pretty miserable. You can set fires, you can do damage with fires, but the HE itself isn't good. The AP is okay, though. Damage received, 66,000. Oh, of course, we did 22,000 to the Giuseppe Verdi. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. 438,000 credits, 2.9k XP, 300 free XP, and 3.9k Commander XP. For my Commander build, once again, I have Grease the Gears, Gun Feeder, Priority Target, Superintendent, Concealment Expert, Survivability Expert, Adrenaline Rush, Top Grade Gunner. And then for my equipment, I have Concealment System Mod 1, Prop Mod 1, Aiming System Mod 1, Engine Room Protection, but you can run Hydro Search Mod 1, and I have Main Armaments Mod 1. And of course, I'm running Hydro instead of DFA. But anyway, for the price of the ship, the Pyotr Bagration, it costs, I don't know actually, we'll have to do some research. It costs 11,300 doubloons. And in terms of the premium shop price on the EU server, if it were to load and if it allows us to click this, and then this, and then this, and then this, it's 37 euros and 17 cents. So that's the Pyotr Bagration. But what do I think about the Pyotr Bagration? I actually don't like the ship. I actually hate it. Might be an unpopular opinion, but I actually really dislike the ship. It's a bit boring to me, and the gun angles really make it a bit miserable to fight with. The armor is okay, but it's not the best. And of course, as you saw, against like something like a Heinrich, you do suffer. But that was with arms race buffs. But still, you still get overmatched and penned and whatever. So you do have to be a bit careful with it. It's not a miserable ship or something. It's not one of those ships where I'm like, yeah, it's awful or something. It's not awful. I think people will like this ship, and there are some people who do like this ship that I know. But for me, it's a ship that I actually personally don't enjoy. I just featured it because, well, I'm trying to feature a lot of ships. And of course, it's one of the ships you actually asked for quite a while. For quite a while, you guys have been asking for this ship. But that's the Pyotr Bagration. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you have any further questions or comments or anything related to the video or not, just let me know in the comments below. Of course, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and maybe a comment or even a subscription to the channel. But yes, thank you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Big fan.